The problem with it is that she was objectified her whole life. Her mom made those choices. The industry made those choices. Hi, this is Jim Breon. Welcome to this YouTube channel where we discuss all things mental health. What I was asked to talk about today is to comment on the recent documentary that's been put out by Brooke called Pretty Baby, which is about her experience as a model from the time that she was a very, very young child, and the way that the industry and the work that she was asked to do affected her life. I normally don't comment on things like this, but I think this one is actually something that a lot of people could really learn much from. First of all, it's a very well done documentary, and it's very insightful. When we look at just the experiences that she's been through herself, it really is, I think, a testament to her character and her strength that she survived all of it as well as she did, because a lot of the experiences that she went through could have led her into a very different direction. First of all, she's had a long career where she's been a tremendously successful model, actress, comedian. She's done plays, television. She was also exploited to a great extent. The program tells us that, I think when she was an infant or a toddler, her mom recognized her beauty, and she really is a beautiful woman, was a beautiful girl, and started doing commercials when she was a toddler, and eventually got more and more work. And when she was around 11 years old was when she starred in a movie called Pretty Baby, where she played an 11-year-old prostitute. And around that same time, she was contracted to do a layout in Playboy magazine when she was 11 years old. This type of thing today, I think there's no way that this would ever be allowed to happen today, because people are so much more aware of, the effects of something like this. And stunningly to me, when the program showed interviews of her mom talking about the decisions to put her into programs, into movies like this, she said that she never thought twice about it. So the program really goes into depth into the relationship that Brooke had with her mom. And her mom was an alcoholic. And in a lot of ways, Brooke was parentified as a child the way that a lot of children of addicts and alcoholics are. What it brings up for me is really questioning the reality testing and the judgment and the insight of her mom to actually make a statement like, I never actually thought twice about it. The problem with it is that she was objectified her whole life. And I think in the program, she's also very grounded and aware that, yeah, she was a model, and models are objectified. At the same time, she really was exploited when she was very, very young. I think she did a movie called Blue Lagoon when she was a preteen. And again, that movie had nudity in it. Today, that movie probably couldn't be made, and it would be considered softcore pornography. As Brooke talks about her experiences of, being put into these different positions, she really represents herself as being very naive and not really understanding and not really knowing what was going on. There are some points when I really did question, could she have been that naive? Because in a lot of ways, she grew up faster because of her mom's alcoholism. And at the time, the industry, including Calvin Klein and Abercrombie and Fitch, they were doing the same kind of thing, sexualizing teenagers to sell clothing. Some of the points that the program makes, I think, are very enlightening and very insightful. Mostly, the material itself was created by white males and meant to objectify her as a young woman, even as a child. Unfortunately, it legitimized a trend of objectifying and sexualizing children in our culture, which has had some really, really toxic effects. And, she accepted that for a very long time until she started to empower herself and express herself. And unfortunately, even when she did that, the powers that be basically told her, no, 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 we don't want to hear that from you. This is what we want you to be. Another insightful thing that the program brings out is that people's thoughts and beliefs about her as a person were very black and white. People really saw her either as a promiscuous slut, or they saw her, as a virgin, and there was no in between. And I think that was a big struggle for her to express herself as a fully formed human being, not the black and white images that people made up in their minds about her. And that represents the same kind of binary choices that people make today in so many different ways, not understanding the fluidity of sexuality, the fluidity of gender expression. Many people still struggle with those black and white binaries. And, she had roles placed upon her. And in a lot of that, she really didn't have agency. She didn't have autonomy to choose differently. In fact, I think she really didn't make a lot of those choices. I think a lot of those choices were made for her. Her mom made those choices. The industry made those choices. The reason I think the program is so interesting and insightful is that she survived all of this. And a lot of young people, when they're objectified, especially when they're young, don't survive so well. That type of exploitation and objectifying a child or a teenager can lead to all kinds of mental health struggles, from anxiety and depression to eating disorders, self-harming and suicidality. And the fact that she survived all of that, again, I think really says a lot about her personal character. I really encourage people to watch the program and develop some insight about the way that this process of objectifying young people and sexualizing kids in our culture has impacted many, many people. I think it's an opportunity to really learn. I welcome your comments. I want to hear what you have to say, what you think about this or any of the other videos that we do. And if the videos are helpful, I encourage you to like and subscribe and sign up for notifications so we can let you know when more material is coming out. And until then, take care of yourselves.